This is Trey Pastor. Welcome to my review of Lion. Okay, this movie stars Dev Patel, Runa Marnie, David Needham, and Nicole Kidman. This is basically the story of 5-year-old Saru. Uh, the grown-up version is played by Dev Patel, but there's an Indian actor who plays the younger version. And basically, he lives in India with his family, with his mother, his little sister, and his big brother, who he idolizes, and who he follows around uh, practically everywhere. And one day, his brother, who they do basically everything to earn money, from stealing coal and stuff, and his brother is off to go off at night to see if he can get work around the trains, and his little brother insists upon going with him, and finally he relents and takes him with him. And then of course his little brother is tired because it's at night, so he falls asleep and he tells his little brother to wait for him. Okay, and he'll be back, and his little brother falls asleep, and then when he wakes up, he sees that nobody's around, and he starts looking for his brother. He leaves and starts looking for his brother, and unfortunately, he gets on a train that actually it's a non-passenger train that he sneaks on, and it travels basically thousands of miles away from where he lives. And basically, the first part of the movie, little Saru, the 5-year-old Saru, is basically living on the street and looking for his brother and trying to get back home. But of course, during the course that he meets, he survives being on the streets, and actually he gets taken to an orphanage where he actually gets adopted by this Australian couple played by Nicole Kidman and David Wenham. Okay, and he gets adjusted finally to their family, and they're a couple looking to adopt kids, and they of course they're thrilled to have him, and eventually he comes to love them, and they even adopt another kid, another Indian kid, and then they kind of flash forward about 20 years later, and you see little Saru is big Saru now, played by Dev Patel. He's going to college. Actually, he's going to study hotel management, and that's where he kind of meets Runa Marnie's character, and he becomes boyfriend and girlfriend with her, and eventually he starts to have these memories of when he was a kid, and about his family, and I think, and he meets these fellow Indians in school who kind of ask him what part of India he's from, but he really doesn't remember. Okay, and they basically try to, they kind of steer him towards looking, using uh, Google's maps to try to find out where he lives, and he's kind of torn about looking for his family, even though he does think about them often, especially his mother and his brother, and he eventually, because he doesn't want to hurt his adopted parents, who kind of went through a lot with his adopted brother, who had kind of special needs. So he's kind of torn. There's a part of him that wants to do it, and there's a part of him that doesn't want to do it. And then eventually he relents. And this movie is so powerful and so emotional, especially the first part of the movie. I thought going into this movie, I heard about it, and I know it got it nominated for like 6 Academy Awards, and I knew that there was a part about the kid, him looking for his past. But I thought the movie would just show him as a little kid and then jump forward to when he's. But this movie actually spends a good part of the time with him as an adult. I mean, excuse me, as a child. It actually spends a good part of the movie, the first part of the movie, with him as that 5-year-old, and which I think really helped and it really made you feel emotionally attacked, because you have this little 5-year-old kid who's basically looking for his family. He's thousands of miles away from them, and then he has to live on the street. He meets all these different people that want to help him, people that want to hurt him, and he basically has to navigate that, for the first part of the movie, which really makes you emotionally invested in his character. And then of course they flash forward 20 years later, when you see the grown up, played Saru, played by Dev Patel, and then of course you start to get invested with him because you care about his character as a kid. Now he's an adult and you care about his character, and of course he's conflicted about, he wants to kind of try to find his mother and try to find his family, and yet at the same time he doesn't want to hurt his adopted family. And Runa Marnie, tries to play a supportive girlfriend who he kind of pushes her away at times and stuff, and but she's trying to be supportive of him. And of course, you got Nicole Kidman in this, who's good in this as well. She plays his adopted mother, who's really the second kid that they adopt is kind of, like I said, he has these kind of mental issues that she has to deal with, and you see and of course Rue really kind of hates that his mother has to go through that. And there's a real touching scene between when he's a little kid and after they first adopted the other brother, where he comforts Nicole Kidman's character, and it's really a touching scene. But this movie really is emotional and just really powerful. And again, the little kid actor who played him as a 5-year-old, I thought was so really he was excellent. That kid was perfect casting to me. He was just so good, and so all the stuff that he had to go through, and you felt for him so much, and got me tearing up and everything. That kid was fantastic. And of course, then when he's adult, Dev Patel plays him, and you get invested in this character, in this struggle to find his family, and he has these memories of his brother and his mother when he was a kid, and it just really gets to you. And it's just a powerful film. And Lion to me is just excellent, just an excellent movie, just a real emotional ring about family and connection. And again, I would have to give Lion. I'm gonna give Lion a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. This movie really got to me, made me tear up. It's so emotional, and this is of course based on a true story. They even show the real guy and pictures of him and actual video of him and his mother and his adopted mother at the end of the film, which really does your heart good. That that he actually did find his mother in real life. And I guess that's a spoiler. I guess well, that is a spoiler, but it just it's just really a touching thing. It's really just, it got to me. This movie, I can't recommend this enough, and I'm glad I finally watched this because I know I heard great things about it. And this movie is just absolutely fantastic, heartbreaking, and just about near perfect to me, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna give Lion again a 9 out of 10. Please check this out. It's a fantastic movie. You really enjoy it. Trust me. Anyway, let me know if you like this review. Please hit the subscribe button down below. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, and also my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check those out as well. And this is Trey Patterson saying so long, and take care.